It's that time. I'm gonna fish for the next couple of days, I think. Or maybe one day if I catch a couple of decent sized, because I don't want to let the fish sit in the fridge for longer than a day or two at most. So if I catch two decent size, I'll probably just stop. But I'm here at Beaver Creek. I think that's what it is. And most of the rivers have been running really murky. So I was kind of worried, but this one is actually pretty clear. And there are fish jumping like crazy. They're pretty much giving away their positions. And it's the typical what you'd expect, kind of like the deeper. There's like a turn here and there's a deeper section there, and they're just jumping like crazy. So what I've got here is a bobber and a woolly bugger or something like that. I forget. And then I'm just gonna cast it up, let it float down, and see what I get. I think they're all gonna be kind of smaller. I have a hard time seeing them. There's some big splashes, but little guys make big splashes sometimes. We'll give it a shot. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna catch some. I don't know, maybe the fly's too big. Hopefully the fly's big enough, or I'll only catch the big fish. I don't want to catch a whole bunch of little fish. I did debarb it, so it should be easy to let go. I didn't bring a net because I don't think I'm gonna need it, because I don't think they're gonna be that big. There's supposed to be some brown trout here as well as rainbow, and they're all wild supposedly. And this fishing area is not too bad right here. It's like a nice shoulder, except it looks like it's murk. There's no way I would step in even with flip-flops. You'd probably just sink right in. But I think I could pull them up, squat down, grab them, let them go pretty quickly. So let's give it a shot here. All right, let's try this. Well, yesterday's fishing attempt here wasn't the best. I actually got a few bites, 3 bites, 2 off a spinner, and actually 3 off but 1 spinner. It was actually pretty interesting. I tried little flies on bobbers. I've tried a little Castmaster, a Rapala, like a crankbait, like little fish things. They just wouldn't bite except for that spinner, but they both popped off, or all 3 of them popped right off. 1 popped off immediately, and 2 jumped a bunch, and then they popped off. I couldn't get them near. And I was gonna do some more fishing this morning here, but every morning it's like my left hand is freezing. It's 23 degrees Fahrenheit right now. I got the car running because the windshield's frozen over. It's freezing, and I really don't want to catch any fish when it's this cold, because my hands are cold dry. If I get them wet, I'll suffer miserably. And yeah, this water is really murky though. I think that's the thing. There's a bunch of fish in here, but it's kind of murky. I think there's more water runoff than like maybe a month ago. So the water is really murky. So if you cast any lures out, you have to get them really close to the fish before they see it. So the chances of you intersecting with the fish's sight is a lot less. So I think it's not working out. I also kind of figured out why they jumped off. I think there's a thing called drag that lets the line out in case the fish jerk a lot. I had it way loose, and I was spinning it, and I know when I was cranking it, it just went because it was just too loose, and there wasn't enough tension on the line, so the fish just jumped right off both times. All right, I'm gonna get going now though, because it's freezing. There's this questionable road up here. It's safe though. There's a hole on the bottom. You gotta really stick to the right to stay out of the hole. Gotta really stay out of that hole. Don't want to drive my car into the Sevier River. All right, and we're off. Good morning. I'm trying a different spot. I went to Yuba Reservoir, and there was really nowhere to fish. Like the only public access points are really shallow, and there were just plants growing even like 20 feet out. So it just would have been a tangled mess. So I took the risk and drove out here to Maple Lake. Now Maple Lake, the road is closed about 1.2 miles away. So I parked it, and hopefully I was okay where it's parked. It's off the road, but I'm gonna walk in the rest and see what happens. I'm guessing not too many people walk in, so maybe there won't be so much fishing pressure. So I think it'll be okay to just... Did you hear that whistle? There's a dog running around. I saw him earlier, but he was running. I don't know if the dog hears it. Oh, he hears it. He's running down the road. Yeah, there should be no fishing pressure because it's closed, so how many people would walk it? I'm not sure how far, like how up it is, but we're only like 6,000 feet, a little less than 6,000. There's no snow. I don't know why the roads are closed. Yeah, there's a little bit of snow. But really, there's not on the roads, barely anything. So let's go around and check it out. It should be okay to access it. It's basically straight up like 500 feet. Pretty steep. There's a lot of footsteps in the snow though. Human footsteps. So I got a while to go here. Whew. Hopefully it's not frozen. I don't think it would be. Seeing some of the open areas and how much snow is still on them, I have a feeling the lake might have snow on top of it. But I'm hoping there's some inlets or outlets that are thawed out. The sun's been strong for days now. Hadn't snowed for several days. Hoping it's thawed out enough. We'll see if they're all in the inlet or outlet or any thawed open areas. There's gonna be a lot in that open area, so maybe fishing will be good. Fishing will be nothing or good. I've been walking parallel to the lake for a while and I've been able to see it, but I can't tell if it's frozen. No, it's thawed out. I don't see any ice. I see ripples from the wind. Nice. It's a nice big pond too. I've taken the road instead of trying to take a side trail because there's still a lot of snow on the hills, and also it's gonna be muddy. A couple of ducks out there, but this road access should get me right to it. There's nobody here. I've been seeing a lot of human footprints and horse footprints, but I haven't seen any bear prints yet. More horse footprints. That's a good sign. I guess none of the bears are awake yet. But when they do, I'll have to watch out. This is actually quite nice. Oh my gosh. I'll show you how beautiful it is here. There's a bunch of orange fish swimming around right here. They appear to be carp of some kind, bright orange. Can you see them? There's a whole bunch of them. Those are not my target fish. I was hoping for brown trout. I hope they don't try to take my lure because I don't have to keep releasing them. But there's a whole bunch, a huge school of them. Whole bunch right there. They look like orange lights swimming around. How odd. Now, this is the lake we'll try to fish. Limit here is 4 trout. Supposedly brown. Mostly. Let's look at the website again. I'm looking at the utah.gov website, and it says likely to catch rainbow trout, possible to catch brook trout, tiger muskie, tiger trout, and wiper, but it doesn't say anything about carp of any kind. And it looks like they stocked 9.5 inch rainbows in July of last year. So if there's any fish out there that's stocked, at the very least they're going to be like 7 to 8 months old, 9 months old. Let's start casting, see what happens. I'm going to start with the same spinner I had on last time, which is this guy here. It's got a couple of bites in the last place. It's a bright day though, and it's like kind of peachy color. If it doesn't work, I'll just switch to something else. It's funny, a lot of websites say when it's clear, use a silver color. When it's kind of the water's murkier, or when it's cloudy, use a yellow color. But then online you see other people saying the opposite. I don't know what's true anymore. Like people that are good at fishing saying the opposite. So it's just, for me, Try them all and see what works. Keeping an eye out for bears. Springtime bears should be out soon. I think I had a couple of nibbles. Oh, I gotta watch this tree above me. There's a couple of floaters and a whole bunch of fishing line up there. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, let's try something else. This water's a lot murkier than I was thinking it was gonna be. But I can still see okay. I might try... I'll try good old Castmaster. I hear fish jumping around, but it could be those carp or whatever they are. I don't think I'm getting anything here, so it could just be a section where there's no fish. I'm gonna try, there's a couple of bridges. There's one on the far side here and there's one on the other side. And it's gonna be inlet, outlet. There should be more water activity. Maybe the fish are kind of stacked up there. I'll try going to this side because it's clear, there's no snow. Whereas the other side looks like a very deep snowy walk. But this walk looks pleasant. Can you see them coming up? They look like koi fish, like koi pond fish. I wonder if someone stocked these here. There's just a ton of them all along the sides. I saw a dead one earlier, but they're just everywhere. It's the oddest thing. You see them? They're all hiding by the algae there, and the plants. They're all bright orange. They're everywhere. They go way out there, past. I wonder if they're eating everything and it's just killing off the other fish. I haven't seen a single fish jump except these guys. Bigger ones are orange, smaller ones are darker. There's just so many of them. And they're a little scared, but not too scared. What is going on? See that? They're staying so close to shore. I don't know what they are. They're not in the Utah Native Fish Species Identification PDF. Looks like the inlet's the one in the snow. That makes sense. Snow melt's coming off that way. I don't think I could walk there. It might be too slippery. It'd be nicer to be at the inlet because all the nutrients, all the food is coming in. So the fish should be there. And this is the outlet. And a lot of debris here, but I don't see any target fish yet. I'm over here to the side. Might as well give it a shot. There's no reason that this would be any better than where I was. Maybe a little better, I don't know. At least there are no trees above me. I can't get snagged up. Let's see what happens. Hate when that happens when fishing. I'm using a reel that I had spooled up in 2019 when I hiked the PCT with 2-pound mono, and I found I'm losing more line pretty regularly. Every few days I'm fishing, there's just a huge mess comes up at the reel part, and trying to undo it, I can't do it, and it just winds up breaking. So that reel is probably like 30-40 yards at most now. It looks pretty empty. I'm gonna switch. Fortunately, I did bring another reel and that has 10-pound braid, so I'm gonna use that and use a liter of mono or fluorocarbon. I have some of those, and but I gotta toss out the old line and retie everything. But pain in the butt, this mono. I actually can't wait to get rid of this and put on some more braid. Actually, I already got some braid coming. Interesting, I was using the same bait that I used to catch last rainbow, and I didn't get any nibbles until literally maybe a foot from shore. There's a drop off here and a couple of fish swam out from underneath and went at it. But by then it was right next to shore, so it didn't work out. So I'm gonna switch to something else and just kind of drop in there and try to catch one of those too. They look like a good decent size. I think they're catchable. They're keepers. We'll see. Can you see all the fish in there? There's hundreds of them. I don't know what's going on. They're all like maybe 8 inches or smaller, and just hundreds of them everywhere. I managed to walk over here to the bridge where the inlet is. It's just a little stream coming down. I don't see any fish anywhere though. There's no activity at all. I wonder if those red orange fish did something to them. I don't know. The little bites I saw, it could have been those orange fish. I don't know. But there's orange fish just everywhere. I see them on the far side too. I'm gonna walk back a little. It's too shallow here to cast from the bridge. And I don't know if you could see from the bridge, there's like a good 1.5 feet of snow. I'm standing in like 1.5 feet of snow. I'm gonna start walking back and fish on some dry land some more until my time's up. I just don't want to stand on this snow for too long because it was a post-holy walk over here. Not every step, just every once in a while. And it's some deep snow, as you can see by the tree there. I gotta get back. Finally got one. It's a about at least 13-inch rainbow. Not super fat, but the only one I'm gonna get. And I believe it's a stocked fish, definitely, because its left, I guess, pectoral fin is smaller. It's been rubbed down. It's a beautiful one though. Nice pink band. It's beautiful. It's from last July probably. Let's clean them up and bag them. It's about 5 o'clock now, so I'm gonna head back. Haven't gotten anything. I got a little nibble. I think it's these little orange fish. Every once in a while they try at it, but they're tiny, so they're just like causing a little disturbance, but they're not hooking at all. But I gotta say, Maple Lake's beautiful right now. I was the only one here, so I've just been saying hello every now and then, just so in case bears are waking up. But I do have the trout in my backpack, and I'm ready to go. And I gotta say goodbye to this beautiful lake. I thought I was gonna do way better, but yeah, that's how it goes. But I'll give you one last look at the mountains and then we'll head out. Such a beautiful view. And there's still tons of those fish swimming along the shore. And there are also many ducks all over making a lot of noise. So all the splashing is usually ducks, or it's the little orange fish. They look like koi pond fish. Feels like someone put koi fish in here. Very weird. After I got the fish in a Ziploc bag, I did run up here. I put the quart bag in a gallon bag, and I scooped up a bunch of snow and put it in a gallon bag. I have about a 45-minute walk. I think I'm gonna scoop up some more snow up here, refill the gallon bag. I guess this road is closed through April, and there's quite a bit of snow. That drift right there is at least 1.5 feet tall. It's all frozen in too, so it's gonna be a while. There's several trees across the roads. They got a lot of cleanup to do. I don't know if they'll send a plow through here at the end of April just to clear up the snow. Kind of messy, but success at the lake. One decent sized one, good eating one. Maybe we're finally out of the snow. I could see the road below. It's way down below. It's actually crazy how much elevation we've gained. And we've been going down for a little while, and way down there's a field, and that's there's a town there. We're gonna go there, get cell service, and figure out where to sleep tonight. I'll be down in the car another 20 minutes or so. Sunset's not till 8 o'clock these days here, but it gets behind the mountains pretty early. Back to my car and everything's okay. But before I go down to find camp, there's a stream right here. You can hear it. And there's a really deep pool right there. Super clear. It's too deep for me to be able to see all the way down. So I'm just gonna drop one of these guys in there and see if anything bites. Way back here, and there's a lot of trees in the way. Nowhere really to stand. But I'm gonna try it right there and see what happens. welcome to my camp spot. I was gonna cook the trout I caught earlier, but I wound up on the west side of this lake here. I think it's Utah Lake. It's the biggest freshwater lake in Utah, and it took a long time. It took like 50 minutes to get over here, but this is all BLM, so this is legit good camping. Someone pointed out that there's like a gravel beach you could stay at, but it's not public land. I don't know. Overlander sometimes has people just camping wherever they want, but this one's BLM and it's beautiful. Look at behind me here. Just white mountains and this huge lake. Sunrise should be amazing. It's a little hazy though, so I don't think we're gonna see like the Milky Way because the cities are all here. Salt Lake City is further north, but like Spanish Fork and some other places. But I'm gonna go inside. It's getting a little cold. I'm not gonna cook the fish today. I was gonna cook a dal bhat and then just put the fish in there. It might overcook the fish, I'm not sure. I might do that tomorrow morning because I'm just gonna have an easy morning tomorrow. I'm gonna try to walk down there and see if I can fish this lake. Supposedly there's pike in there and all kinds of other stuff. I don't know, but there's good service here, so we're gonna check it out. But thanks for watching, everyone. If you don't know, I'm fishing in Utah a bunch because I want to get a lot of experience. I want to get some processes down so I can minimize having the smell of fish at camp or in the car while we're going to Alaska, because we're going to go to Alaska in about another month and a half, and I plan to do a lot of fishing there if I can, and hopefully we catch a bunch. And if we do, it's nicer to try to get some kind of system down and get a lot of practice in here before we go to Alaska where there are grizzly bears everywhere, because the last thing I want to do is just reek of fish when there's grizzly bears. So we got to try to figure out how to stay safe out there. Utah is perfectly safe. There's some black bears higher up in the mountains. Overall pretty safe, but I think it's good learning ground for Alaska, and that's why I would love to catch a pike, just because I love to catch one in Alaska. So I don't know if we can try to catch one here. I guess if you catch one, if it's not tagged, you got to kill it right away. So no matter how small it is, I could try to fillet it up, even if it's, you know, you only get a little bit of meat out of it. But you're supposed to kill it and just toss it back in. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Y'all have a good night.